Picture this. You're at war and you are fighting this guy, beef, right? And the only thing you have to combat him is, of course, this guy, pepper, and his cousins, right? You already know what we're doing. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of One Plate Gourmet. We'll treat this episode like war, and with our vanguard, we'll first attack this guy, followed by our infantry and then our cavalry. It'll be 3 main stages. Let's begin. We'll be using star anise, some garlic, some ginger powder, cayenne pepper, some thyme, parsley, salt, 1 whole white onion, some Caribbean peppers or habanero peppers, some sweet peppers, beef broth, and our beef. First, we're going to start by mincing up our onions. We're going to cut them finely, and then we're going to move on to our peppers, our sweet peppers. Now, you want to remove the seeds of the peppers because that's what makes them so hot. It's a defense mechanism plants have so that you don't eat them, kind of like a restraining order on your crazy ex, so they don't come anywhere near you. Next, you want to start to cut up the habanero peppers. Now with these, you do want to leave the seeds on because they will add a kick to your dish. Over high heat, you want to saute your onions up until they are nice and translucent, or at least for a couple of minutes, and then we'll begin to add in our beef chunks. Now you want this to brown on both sides, but you also want to be careful not to cook them for too long. Make it about 4 to 5 minutes, I guess, depending on the cut. Next, you want to season these veterans generously with salt and just check with a spoon to make sure they're still nice and springy. We're going to move over to our next step by placing them in a pot and adding in our infantry, our onions, our star anise, and our habanero peppers. Now we're going to be braising the beef. I think he's been raised pretty well already, or she, or they. It's 2019, so I guess it's completely up to the cow now. Next, add in 2 cups of broth to 1 cup of water, close it up and let it sit on medium heat. After about 5 to 8 minutes, we're going to then proceed to that's a lot of words. Add in our garlic, our thyme, our cayenne pepper, and just mix it around. After about 3 more minutes, then we're going to take off our infantry, which was our onions and our star anise, because at this point, they're done fighting the war. We're going to add in our sweet peppers, which is our cavalry, all of them. Add in some ginger powder and some parsley. Season with salt to taste and just give it a good whisk. Taste it, make sure it tastes good. After simmering it for about 5 more minutes, we're then going to open it up and give it another good whisk. And hell, why not? Taste it one more time. Make sure it's good. Now, for the plating. Carefully, one by one, take your beef pieces, lay them on your plate. Next, peppers on top with some parsley. Drizzle some nice broth. Not the actual broth, but the broth you made with the beef. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A dish for all soldiers to come home to. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see the trailer for this episode, click up here. If you want to see more, click down there.